This conference will now be recorded.
It is my hope that you are as excited as I am, excited to learn, excited that you are one of the first lions to be trained by this method, and excited to hear from Lion Peaches to see what she has to tell us about LCIF and club directors. Could we all start by repeating the Lion's Prayer? Your lions meet.
Present, Lord.
Together,
Our heart.
make us strong. Do thy will. Right.
Aid the weak and right. Amen.
Amen. Lions, I mentioned that your presenter tonight will be Lion Peaches. Lion Elaine Peaches McMaster is the LCIF district coordinator. And I'm sure everybody here knows Lion Peaches. She hails from the Lions Club of Old Harbor, which is in Region 1. But it is surprising that Region 4 continues to try to adopt her. We will not allow that to happen. She remains ours. So without further ado, because this is all about the presentation, I will hand over to Lion Elaine Peaches McMaster.
Thank you, Lion Judy. And welcome, my lions, to the LCIF Club Coordinators Training. It is great to have you all here, and I want to thank you for accepting the role to serve as your club's coordinator. Over the past years, we have accomplished great things, and with your continued support, much more will be accomplished in the years to come. Maybe you know a lot about Lions Club's International Foundation, or maybe this is your first time. You'll be learning, hearing the details about LCIF. Regardless of your experience, let's start with an introduction to our foundation. Our mission statement is a true summary of the aims and values of our foundation. It speaks about all that we do, all that we have been doing, and all that we will continue to do to the world as we serve. Now, what is LCIF? You might ask. When you think of LCIF, what comes to your mind? It is our charitable arm of the Lions Clubs International, and it is our nonprofit organization that raises funds to distribute to lions to conduct large-scale projects they wouldn't be able to carry out on their own. But the most important thing to know about LCIF is that LCIF is our own foundation. It was established in 1968 by lions to serve lions so that lions may serve the world. Lions are our biggest contributors to LCIF. And do you know how we are the biggest LCIF contributors? Through Melvin Jones Fellowships, MJF, or a donor recognition program that recognizes outstanding members in your clubs and communities. Every cent that is contributed for the recognition of a lion or community member goes into our foundation, LCIF. The Melvin Jones Fellowship provides 75% of the foundation's annual revenue. Now that the funds are in LCIF hands, what does it do? How is it spent? As stated, LCIF's mission is to support the efforts of Lions Clubs and partners in serving communities locally and globally, giving hope and impacting lives through the humanitarian service projects and grants. Our grants enable Lions Clubs and districts to take on projects they would not otherwise carry out on their own. Grants can take many forms. For example, districts can apply for a grant to implement LCIF programs such as Lions Quest and Side for Kids. LCIF also awards funds to Lions to partner with organizations to carry out particularly large or multi-regional projects. Examples include our partnership with Special Olympics to provide vision screening at Special Olympic events. Those are just a few examples of some of the better known LCI programs made possible through grants. Slide moving ahead. LCIF joins all, right, that's where we are back at grants. These are just a few of the examples of the better known LCIF programs made possible through grants. LCIF also supports Lions by awarding grants for disaster relief, diabetes prevention, layer service, and so many other kinds of projects. Grants such as District and Club Community Impact Grant. When you have made donations to LCIF via the clubs, in any one given year, if the club has donated $5,000, you are now entitled to a district community grant of 15% of that amount to carry out a project in your community. For districts, that is $10,000. There are diabetes grants that are available, making diabetes a focus of their service. To help achieve the best possible outcomes, we have established grants to assist with large scales or affiliate projects. These funds will help individuals and communities across the world by providing critical education, prevention, and treatment initiatives. One of these grants that is very dear to me, and I hope to see it being done in our district this year, is a Lions Quest grant. Lions Quest grants aid the implementation and expansion of Lions Quest in schools around the world. Typical project activities include workshops to train educators, the purchase of textbooks and materials for workshops, program evaluation, and research. Grants can go toward the initial implementations of Lions Quest for the expansion of an existing Lions Quest program. And these funds, these grants, they start at $1,500 US, where this can be used to sensitize schools in your area about the Lions Quest program. There is another one grant of $10,000, where the schools now, when they're ready to implement the programs in their schools, then the teachers are trained and the ministries, maybe of education, would be invited to participate in the program, spreading it out across the schools in close proximities. or local and global impact. Can touch back the slide one bit. Okay. This is slide. What slide is this?
This one is 11.
Which
Have you heard?
slide are you at?
Huh?
Line Wendy, what number slide are you?
That's number 11. I thought you heard.
No.
Yeah, this is 11.
No.
Which one did you want?
10.
Okay.
No, go back to 9.
This is 9.
Okay. All right, I'm still at 8. Thanks to the selfless sacrifice and dedication of thousands of lines since its inception, LCIF has been able to grant more than $1 billion to lines service projects and partnerships around the world. The generosity of the lines community has allowed LCIF to give sight to support youth, to provide disaster relief, and to address a wide range of humanitarian needs. As of May 4th, 2020, LCIF has awarded grants totaling $3,368,655. I'll repeat that. The numbers are so mind-boggling. $368,655 for COVID relief activities. This is not included in that 1 million previously mentioned. LCIF is your foundation. It belongs to every lion and empowers the service and impact of lions everywhere. The success of LCIF really is the success of our global community and lions. Construction, expansion, or renovation of child, teenager, and family-friendly waiting rooms for healthcare facilities. That's slide 9. Oh, right. Construction, these are grants that can be had and what can be done. Local and global impact. Grants can be had for construction, expansion, or renovation of child, teenager, and family-friendly waiting rooms in healthcare facilities. These are grants that can be applied for youth and childhood cancer. Construction, expansion, renovation, rooms, houses where families can rest, sleep, or cook meals while their child is in treatment. Projects that strengthen access to or improve transportation to and from medical appointments. Projects that address the education and recreational needs of children with childhood cancer, patients receiving treatments at a healthcare facility. Infrastructure to support palliative care. All these can be done through grants. You see what LCIF is trying to do or wants to do or is doing. The core areas that are included in the Campaign 100 program, funds are available to carry out work in these areas. And foundation's impact. In May 2016, there was a fire in Alberta, and they got a substantial amount to assist with that. In 2017, closer to home, when our Eastern Caribbean islands were devastated by a hurricane, our district received an initial emergency grant of $20,000. In 2019, our adjoining Trinidad and Tobago received an emergency grant of $10,000 when Tropical Storm Karen caused widespread flooding in the Republic. In Australia, the word cancer becomes a part of everyday life for the families of almost 800 children every year. To increase their likelihood of survival, LCIF committed US $2 million for genome sequencing, allowing a medical research center to sequence the unique genomes of 400 kids with aggressive forms of cancer. The goal of this project is to provide doctors the ability to create customized treatment plans for their patients based on the information found from their genomes, their genes. Slide 11. Are there any questions so far? Okay. Continue to slide 11. In 2016, in Italy recently, Italy had an earthquake in 2016, but more recently with the COVID, the LCIF was first responders on the ground to give them a grant to supply personal protective equipment for the doctors and the nurses who were frontline people in that area, which did a lot of good and a lot of help to them. People with diabetes face many challenges and have limited opportunities in many parts of the world. Lions in a district in India secured a $63,000 grant from LCIF to expand their council's vocational training center to help people with disabilities receive the training they need to find work. Thanks to the support of LCIF and these Lions, disabled members of the community have access to greater employment opportunities and stability for themselves and their families. And go to 14, Lion Wendy. And Wendy, slide 14. Right. What is Campaign 100? The title of our campaign, Campaign 100 LCIF Empowering Service, is significant. The organization has been around for over 100 years. 100% of our members are asked to make donation, thus enabling us to help the most vulnerable in the areas that without the help of Lions and LCIF, their conditions would be worse. 100 years ago, it began with Melvin Jones. He had a vision, and Lions are still working toward their vision today, that vision today. Serving the most vulnerable among us. This is not something that any one Lion, club, or district can do alone, but together we can. As Lions reflect with pride on the accomplishments of our first 100 years, we also look to the future. We see that the needs of the world have never been greater. We see new challenges ahead. So, What if Lions contributed to this global effort? What could your annual gift, just $2 a week, do? There's nothing more important to Lions than service. That is what we do, but we don't do it alone. Lions are empowered by LCIF. Because of LCIF, Lions have the resources we need to take on the issues we care about. Because we understand that service is both giving and doing, our impact will last for the next 100 years and beyond. Slide 15. Okay. LCIF Campaign 100, LCIF Empowering Service, is the Foundation's current transformational campaign. This was set to raise funds for the Foundation over a period of 3 years. Yeah, move up on that. You can go to the next slide, please, Lion Wendy. All right. 15. Empowering service for the campaigns is a Empowering Service is the Foundation's current transformational campaign. This was set to raise funds for the Foundation over a period of 3 years initially, but with the challenges of the SARS-CoV-2 COVID-19 pandemic, the campaign has been extended for another year and will end June 30, 2022 instead. Campaign 100 will allow us to serve millions of people every year and ensure that Lions have the resources we need to have a greater impact. What a difference $2 can make. Let us all look at it. $2 a week per year, $100 will fund 2 cataract surgeries for or give 14 people access to clean water or provide food for 14 hungry people. If you give $3 a week, you can provide diabetes screening to 21 at-risk individuals or fund measles vaccination for 150 kids. Whatever you can afford will make a big difference. What your contribution can do. This is slipping ahead of me. Through campaign 100. All right. Contributing member, $20. Treat 20 people for river blindness. And contributing member of $50 provides Lions Press materials for a classroom of students. Okay, I'm coming. The slides are moving ahead of me.
Did you want me to revert Lion pages?
Yes.
Which page?
I'm at 6-9. Oh, just a minute. 19. 15, 16. 15? No. Yes, 15. Past that. 16.
15 is empowering service. Would that be the one?
Foreign service, yes.
Okay,
We did 15 already. 16.
Hello?
Yes.
Marlene here. While you try to find the slides, I'm questioning.
Okay.
What is river blindness?
River blindness was caused by a worm. In Africa, the people goes to the river a lot, use the water there, and there are bacteria or little insects in the water that sticks to their eyelashes. And it's there, it gets under the lid. They keep trying to brush it off their faces, but it just sinks further and further into their eyes. The eyelash, it goes up into the lash of the eye, and it causes the eyelash to turn over.
Oh.
Turn under, so the lash that's now turned under on the lid of the eye irritate the ball of the eye.
So it scratches.
It causes blindness because it penetrates the retina. It goes now into the eye, the eyeball, and causes scarring.
Okay.
Yes.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay.
Is this the one on Peaches?
Yes, but the slide, I should have taken it out. Well, it applies to us still, you know. I'm still advocating for the phone card, one phone card less per week. And that money for that phone card can put in a little box. And when it reaches the amount that you wish to turn over to your LCIF club coordinator for them to convert to US dollars, it's as simple and as easy as that. Just a phone card. Less, one talk a little less. Sometimes you'll want to get away from the phone too. So it will help you, you know. You just say no credit because it is going towards a worthy cause. $16, $17, $18, $19.
You want 19 now? Okay, hold on.
Yes. All right, impact of your contributions. Through campaign 100, we will raise $100 million for the next 3 years to increase our service impact, fight diabetes, expand our global causes. Campaign 100 will allow us to serve hundreds of millions of people every year and ensure that Lions have the resources we need to expand our global causes and have a greater impact. There are many needs facing our world today. To others, the challenges may seem too great to overcome, but not to Lions. We see the needs of the world, and our response is we serve. Through Campaign 100, we will expand our current programs, focusing on vision, youth, disaster relief, and humanitarian causes. We will fight diabetes by reducing the prevalence of diabetes. Scan over. Impact of our contributions. By contributing $100, we can provide 5 families. This is so small. $100 can regular access for 14 persons in need of food, buy equipment and for diagnosis for kids, environmental access to clean water for 14 people, disaster relief, immediate relief for 4 victims of a natural disaster, humanitarian efforts, measles vaccination for 100 people. We might not have measles in this our side of the world, but in other places like Turkey and in Europe, thousands of children died from measles last year. $100 can provide diabetes screening for 18 people at risk. And the Lions Crest curriculum for an entire classroom for 1 year. Vision, the $100 can provide cataract surgeries for 2 persons. And it goes on. Your contributions are so very important, especially now. I'm just looking for the roles. So the roles of the Lions Club. Lions can participate in the program. Yes. The Lions of your club will probably ask you, how can we participate? Lions can participate in a campaign and support the foundation in 3 key ways. They can donate. Lions are our biggest supporters and provide the vast majority of contributions. But there are many more who have yet to give. Through their donations, Lions can sustain the foundation and make our work, Lions service, possible. They can advocate. Lions are better than anyone at telling our story and sharing the impact of our work. The more Lions share their stories, the more we spread our message and the more participation we'll have. They can volunteer. Lions lead and carry out the projects that the foundation supports. Lions service allows us to achieve the goals of LCIF. By volunteering, they carry out the service LCIF seeks to make possible. Now, your role as club coordinators. As club LCIF coordinators, you will help connect your club to LCIF and offer them a variety of ways to participate. The work you do to ensure their participation will contribute to our success. You are an essential part of our global leadership team. Your role consists of 4 primary tasks with 1 goal: promoting the participation of every Lion. Tell your story. Help members understand the impact of LCIF in your community and across the globe. Make a plan. Learn about the many ways you and your club can support Campaign 100. Then set your goals. Build a team. Form a committee to help you raise funds and reach your community. Raise funds, make your own donation first. Make your own donation first. Then ask others to join you in supporting Campaign 100 and offer them ways to participate. They say you have to lead by example, you know. So you can make a public show of it and make your donation, and then they will follow. Ask your Lions to complete pledge forms. If they can't give all they pledge at once, a team member, you as the LCIF club coordinator, will organize your team. You will have other persons assisting you, 1 or 2 other persons. And this is one of the jobs that other person can do. When someone makes a pledge, there's a pledge form. They fill up the amount that they're going to be giving, and they don't have it all at once. So over time, they give the contribution to that individual. It is recorded and it is kept. When it reaches a total that they wish to give, if they wish to give $50, and they'll give you $10 per month. If they want to give you $100, they can go ahead, but you keep a record, proper record of it. And when you have collected all that they have to give, all that they promised to give, they pledged, then it can be forwarded to the LCIF department. The Lions Share Program. All right. An easy way to donate while getting your shopping therapy is to sign up with the Amazon Smiles. When you're doing your shopping and you select LCIF as your charity, and a percentage of every purchase is donated to LCIF. All know that we are at home and locked in and bored, and sometimes we get on the computer and we go into these various sites. Just remember to sign up before you shop. Sign up first, and then whatever you buy, a percentage of what you purchase at no cost to you will be sent to LCIF. There is also an app, Charity Miles, that you can download on your smartphone. And every step you take, whether you walk, you ride, not driving, it won't record that, but walking and riding or run, LCIF receives a donation. And as we say in the horse racing industry, this is a trifecta. You must be a winner, right? You keep fit, you lose weight, and you donate. What better thing could you do at that time? Next slide. Next slide. Now, these are donation levels that and these are one-time donations. If you donate $50 all at once, you'll get a Lions Share pin, 1 star. If you donate $100 all at once, you'll get a 2-star contributing member pin. And if you donate $200, you'll get a 3-star Lions Share pin. But with how things are now and where we are now, what we are asking you club coordinators is to encourage every single member in your club to contribute at least $20 for the year. We have set a target, the district governor and I. The district governor has been set a target by international, and I have to follow through, and we have to reach our targets. It is reachable, it is manageable, we can do it, but we all have to play our part in getting there, in achieving our goals. There is the next slide, Lion Wendy.
Lion Peaches, before you go on, we ask something about the Amazon partnership.
The
Is this
Amazon?
only, yes, this Amazon Smile?
Yes.
Is it only limited to Lions? I'm asking because some of us.
No. Anyone. If you not just Lions alone, I'm just telling you what you can do. But if you have your family who shop online,
Yes. That's what we're thinking about. We have no money to shop, but we know people who do it.
Yes, encourage them to do so. Once they go on, I'm not sure where on there. It's on the top. You click on it. It asks if you want to make a charitable donation, and there are a list of options.
Yes.
Okay, that's good, Lion Peaches.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Top options, but you choose Lions Clubs International Foundation.
Okay.
You choose Lions as your charitable organization that you wish to donate the donations to go towards. So you can spread the word.
Yeah.
Spread the word. There is, well, I'll just gloss over this because this has been achieved in our district. by the Cayman Club. Though we would love for it to be repeated, it might happen, but not just now. And the per member average has been reduced from $750 to $500. And because the campaign is now extended for an additional year, there is an additional year at which a club can achieve the model club status. And this model club is not, although it says for 3 years, they have been checking contributions from the various clubs from 2018 or 2017. So the contributions made from then can be accumulated, and this will end 2022. So if your club so chooses, or if they think it is within their reach, it is attainable, you can become a model club where the total amount of donations made to LCIF over the 4 or 5 years amounts to an average of $500 per member. And you will be granted the model club status. So as I said, I'm just glossing over it because though attainable, it's not something that we can say we're going to be working towards now, right now. But I have to tell you about it. Okay, the next slide. How can you make campaign 100 a success? Make a personal financial contribution. Learn more about what it means to be a model club. Talk with other Lions about Campaign 100. Introduce your family and friends and colleagues to Campaign 100. Consider planning a fundraiser, either online or in your community, and we will be launching an online campaign for fundraising in our area. Considering, well, you are LCIF club coordinators, that's why you're here online, and other persons too. All right, coming now. All right. Apart from your personal contributions, there are other ways that funds can be raised. You can raffle an item, and raffling items, we do have our club raffle at meetings. And you see how simple it is, and as simple as it is, sometimes a little extra fund is attained for your club's purses. Now, if you were to do a little raffle, it doesn't have to be anything big, you know, but just something that you can raffle among your family and friends, and that proceeds goes towards LCIF. On a larger scale, the club can plan something grand, something bigger. There can be cake sales, small or large. Those who farm and know that they're advocating for backyard gardening, at-home farming, and you have the time, you can add an extra banana root or grow a special patch of something and put LCIF's tag it, LCIF. This one plant is for LCIF, the others are yours. Be innovative and creative in your fundraisings. Remember, every mickle make a muckle. A percentage of your fundraisers can be designated to LCIF. And it can be anything that you want it to be. It can be 1%, 2%, but over time it adds up. So you may go ahead and do that. No. As members, we all belong to Lions Club International, but Lions Club International Foundation. Just go back a slide, 26. All right. I hope as this presentation comes to a close, you're starting to think about ways you might support Campaign 100. I'm happy to share a few suggestions with you. We're all asking Lions to make a personal contribution to LCIF. As this is the year 2020, we ask that every Lion make a donation of $20. In keeping things balanced, the year 2020, perfect vision, give the $20 twice and make it truly 2020. How about that? Donations, perhaps you're called to give $50. That's even better. But $20 is what we're aiming for. If you feel compelled to give $50, we'll take it. And perhaps you'd like to give even $100. It doesn't matter. There's a saying in my country here, right here, every mickle makes a muckle. One cocoa will basket. This means every dollar adds up to reach the target. Your gift will keep in our mission to empower the service of Lions. Every gift counts. Of course, you need not stop with making a generous gift, a personal gift. Once you have done so, you are prepared to inspire and lead by example as you take the Campaign 100 message to others. Talk to your clubs about becoming a model club. You will want to learn more about model clubs, so be in touch with your district coordinator. Talk to other Lions as well as your family, friends, and colleagues. Given the wide variety of causes that the foundation serves, there is certain to be something motivating and inspiring to everyone in our campaign message. Consider planning a fundraiser specifically for LCIF. Whether they are done online or in your community, they are a fun and effective way to get others involved. There is no more important position to the success of our campaign than our volunteers who are the voices of the foundation to our club members around the world. Next slide. Okay. 27, 28. 28 line, Wendy.
Is it this one?
28, or support of the foundation. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Or support of the foundation lays the foundation. As members, yes, as members, we all belong to Lions Clubs International, but Lions Clubs International Foundation belongs to us. As our support of the foundation lays the foundation for us to impact the lives of many when they need it most. Now more than ever, your contributions are crucial to sustaining the foundation's ability to keep and help Lions keep their communities safe and healthy. All donations are eligible to MJF and Campaign 100 recognitions. We sincerely thank you for your generosity and appreciate your support for the foundation. Any questions? Thank you for joining us this training session today.
Excuse me, please. A question here.
Yes.
Am I on?
Yes.
Line Peaches.
Yes, Line Yvonne.
Lorna.
Yes.
Line Lorna.
Somebody else is talking.
Hold on. I see line Yvonne Knight. And okay,
Yes,
and
that's
Lorna and Lorna. Lorna, sorry.
Yeah, see, I can see coming up as Lorna. Yeah, there it is now, Lorna. Squire. Oh,
Okay.
typo. It's Squire. Lorna Squire.
Squire, yes. Hi, Lorna.
Yes, Line Peaches. I heard you mention where clubs in the region have benefited from LCIF. As any of our club, especially here in Jamaica, I'm referring to, have
No,
we had any club that
no,
has ever benefited?
no. Because it's not something that is just given to you, you know. There are grants that you can apply for.
Okay.
But through the club goes through the district.
So
And
if we
as I said earlier, I'm advocating for the youth program.
so for example, if there was a need in a specific club, maybe in North St. Catherine, we could apply.
Yes.
That's
But
right?
you go through your governor though, you know. You put the proposal,
Okay, okay.
yes, of what you would like to do, the program or the
Oh,
project that you would like to
good.
have carried out.
Yeah.
And
You've made that clarification.
yes,
You
it's not
go through.
something that you do on your own, and there's a way of doing the application, making the application, and it's time driven because it has to go to the international board or to the Alliance Foundation, International Foundation Board for approval.
Okay, Line Peaches.
Right.
Thanks,
And the
Mark.
board has certain times when they meet.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
Line Yvonne is on.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, Line Yvonne, I'm listening.
Question on the note of purchasing online.
Yes.
How would the club know what points or how much points a family member has contributed to the cause?
Each from time to time, you can log into the Amazon, and you can, as you are a contributor of the program, your individual, you can see your individual quotation as to how much your shopping has given them over the year or over a couple of months. But there's also in total where you can see where your organization, your chosen charity, has received the amount over time combined. But you can see your individual portion that you have given.
Okay. And the club is recognized for this?
No, the club is not recognized for this. There's no recognition for it, but LCIF gets the donation.
They do get the donation. Okay.
They do get the donation, but there's no recognition to you personally or to whomever else gives. Amazon.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Line Peaches.
Yes.
Line Peaches. Line June here. All right. Line Lorna Squire had asked about donations to the region, and it might not have happened in recent times, but I remember that even I think it's the dental clinic that St. Andrew has.
St. Andrew Dental Clinic.
Right, and because I think that was in the year when I was district governor. And
yes,
also
and that was the only one that I am aware of.
What about Mona? What about Mona?
I don't know what they got.
And also Line Peaches, many times well, not many, but I'm sure that there have been times when we have had hurricanes and we get the grant. Yes, so we have benefited as a country. I know that.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true. I think we got grant twice, long time. We got $10,000 grants.
Okay,
Yes. But there are now so many other areas that we can get grants for. In the past, it was just like disaster or like what they were doing, renovating the dental clinic. But now there are so many other areas that grants are available for. All the programs that LCIF is now have out there in the various areas like diabetes, where persons can apply for grants to maybe enhance a clinic. You can apply for a grant for diabetes to get literature done to sensitize and teach people about taking care of themselves, how to prepare proper meals. Grants are available for that. And the grants are on different scales and of different value. The youth outreach program, it is, I am telling you, with so many teachers among us, I would be so pleased and happy to see us applying for one of those grants this year, because so much can be done. I think St. Andrew Lions Club did it not with a grant, I'm not sure, but that was a long time ago, but that is no longer in operation, what they had done. But we can start. I'm thinking of schools. We have schools that are in close proximity to each other. So it doesn't have to be one specific school. Whichever club applies to the grant for the youth outreach program, you can organize with other schools that are close by to have the teacher training and the implementation of the program. There's a grant for $1,500 US dollars, and that is just to sensitize the area or the communities about the youth empowerment. And then the bigger grant is to actually implement it. But it is so interesting because we have so many children with behavioral problems. It teaches life skills. I am going to download and send out the information to the clubs, and maybe your interest will be piqued and you will really want to get into it.
Yeah.
That is one of our goals, one of our targets for this year, to access these grants. It's there, we have made contributions, we have made a lot of contributions. I think Mandeville, I'm not sure I look if you have made a $5,000 contribution to LCIF in any one given year, although you'll have to apply for the 15% of that in the same year. But if you had it and you did not use it, it can be accumulated. But the 15% applies to $5,000 in 1 year and over. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? Are there any other questions? Or any clarity needed on anything else? All right, this being it, okay. All right. Thank you, Alliance, for joining this training session. As Lion Judy said, this is an innovation. This is the first of the first. If you may contact me, I'll be in touch with you come the next administration, come June 1, with all the information that you will need regarding the contributions and the Lion Share program and other things. So I'll be in touch with you, and if you feel, you may reach out to me. You may call me, email for any further information or anything you're not clear on, and I'll answer your questions. I thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me this evening.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, Lion Teachers.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Lion Peaches. Thank you.
Right, Eileen.
Lion Peaches.
Yes, ma'am, Judy.
Are we going straight into the other presentation now?
Yeah.
There are some microphones that are on, and so we are getting some feedback. If you are not speaking, remember to mute your microphones. Line Peaches, are you hearing?
Yes, Line Judy, I'm hearing you.
Are we going straight into the next presentation?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Lion Wendy?
Yes, Line Peaches. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, great.
All right. Welcome back, Lance. The second part of this presentation is to do with the elected club directors, Lions Club directors. You know, the board of directors consists of the president, secretary, Taylor Twister, club officers, but the board of directors, the club officers, there are two directors that are not automatically on the board. They are elected by the club to become a part of the board of directors. These directors are called first and second year directors. Two directors are elected each year to serve for a period of 2 years on the board of directors. Now, it was a little confusing to me at first because I know 1 year director, 2 year directors, but how it is now done, when a director is appointed for the 2 years, they are now first year director on the board because they are serving on the board for the first time. The following year, they will become second year director because that will be the second year that they are serving on the board. And those are the two elected directors. Next slide, Wendy. The roles and responsibilities of these directors. Right. They are to advise on the board. They will join the others to advise, govern, oversee policy and directions, and assist with the leadership and general promotion of the club so as to support the organization's missions and needs. That is the club's missions and needs. The director provides additional oversight and approval for items placed before the board of directors, such as formulation and oversight of policies and procedures, financial management, including adoption and oversight of the annual budget, the club's budget, oversight of program planning and evaluation, review of the organizational and programmatic reports, promotion of the organization, fundraising and outreach. The director is usually asked to work with a vice president. You know, vice president, they oversee committees of the club. So sometimes the vice presidents, you know, they can't do it alone. They're a little overwhelmed. So they would invite one of the elected directors to work along with them. And they would be in charge of certain projects, certain of the committees, not really in charge, but they work along with the vice president on the committee, on those committees, with those, overseeing those committees. So they would be maybe the assistant to the vice president to oversee these committees. Next slide. The expectation of the board: as a board member, the director would be expected to attend and participate in meetings on a regular basis and special events as able. They will also participate on a standing committee of the board and serve on ad hoc committees as necessary. You know, sometimes some things are being done that you need an extra hand. The committee has to be formed right away to look about that matter, that particular task. The director also has to be alert to community concerns that can be addressed by the club's mission, objectives, and programs. Help communicate and promote the club's missions and programs to the community. Become familiar with the club's finances, budget, and financial resource needs. This is so very important because, as you know, the club cannot spend more than it has. So when maybe the director is on a committee and our committee reporting, they have a project in mind, and the director would know right away that we can't afford it. So when they're aware of the finances, they can make these, you know, they can advise them accordingly. And the director, of course, understand the policies and procedures of Lions Clubs International to know how the board works. That's it, Lion Judes, Lion Wendy. Not much more on the directors.
Lion Peaches?
Yes,
I'm not thanking you, but I would just like to say how much we appreciate the fact that you took on the challenge of being the first presenter. It could not have been easy because the rest of us are happy it was you and not us, because we're going to learn from all the challenges that you experience.
I am telling you seriously.
However, Lion Peaches, I need to say thank you. I know you have done a good job, and I know I learned stuff, and I've been around for a long time. And I was still able to learn stuff from what you shared with us. Lion June is saying, so she agrees too. But I don't want to be the person thanking on behalf of the participants. So I'm going to call upon Lion Alethea Lee to do the honors. Lion Alethea.
Lion Judy.
Lion Vivian, are you going to speak on behalf of Lion Alethea?
No. Before Lion Elaine Peaches go off, I must say one of our members of the Lions Club of St. James, she's new, and she's also a new director. She's Marcia Clark. She came in, she's coming in for the Lionistic year as 2-year director. So Marcia, you have any questions that you may be shy to ask Lion Peaches? If you don't mind me saying Lion Peaches.
Okay, not at all.
Lion Marcia, you unmute your mic.
No way.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, Lion Marcia, I'm hearing you. Welcome.
Thanks a lot. And I don't mind. I'm here to learn and ready and able to do what is there to be done.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for allowing us that.
That's quite okay. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me. No, even after this has ended, Lion Vivi knows how to reach me. So I'm at your disposal, able to help in any way I can.
All right, no, not a problem.
Lion Peaches, the information about the this is Lion Eileen here. The information about the directors. Are you able to send out to us, or can you send me? Can you send something?
Yes, I can send you that. Yes, I can do that, Lion Eileen.
Okay, because we have a new director, and I'd love to be able to share that information.
Okay, then.
Okay. I think she's on anyway, Beverly Nash, she's on, but I'm just asking on her behalf, okay?
Yes, Lion Eileen.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Lions,
questions for Lion Peaches?
before you take another question, may I just add, Lions, this presentation, as will all the others between now and Sunday evening, each one is being recorded by the district IT team. And then the presentation is going to be tidied up a bit and placed on the district website. So we will all be able to have access to it later on. Okay? That probably answers the questions from Lion Eileen.
Okay.
Yes, yes, thank you, Lion Judy.
Lion Judy, should I go ahead now?
Yes, it's over to
Lion
you now,
Judy?
Lion Alethea. Yes. Lion Alethea, are there no more questions though? If there are no more questions, Lion Alethea, you may go ahead.
Okay, good evening, Lions. Good evening. It's so good to see so many Lions attending the first online training. It's good to see so many Lions. I want to thank all the Lions who came out, and I'm certain as it relates to LCIF, we all know that the fund is go to help any disaster around the world, even in our country. Thank you, Lion, for turning out for this first online meeting, online presentation, online training, whatever it is called. And thank you, Lion Peaches. Thank you, Lion Wendy. Thank you, Lion Judy, for putting on this event. I look forward to the next online training. And Lions, thanks again for participating, and continue to be safe.
Thank you, Lion Alethea.
Lions, at this kind of meeting, this is a training session, it's not a regular Lions meeting. So there is no need to ask for an adjournment. But I think somebody ought to say that the meeting has ended. Lion Peaches, would you like to say it? Since you saw us through the entire 2 hours or so.
Okay. Okay, I can now take a deep breath, deep sigh of relief, and the sweat will stop dropping. And gleefully say, this session is now at an end. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you. Good night, all.
You're welcome.
Good
evening, everybody.